Cool. I'm still getting used to this platform. Not sure how many folks are joining me today. But thank you so much for taking time today. My name is Jonathan Sacquicilli. I am a product manager, and I have taken some time to take a pause. So, quick background: I was laid off a couple of years ago, and in that moment, like anyone, I was focusing so much on how to make money, how to survive, how do I kind of keep going. And through all trying to become a front end engineer, trying to become an English teacher, um, I finally realized just take a pause. I was living in Ecuador, and the pause helped me tremendously. I ended up becoming a meditation guide, led some half day retreats, and so now that I'm back in the US working in product again, I realize there's a piece of me that kind of misses that, but also it doesn't mean that because I'm working in corporate again, that I don't have to, it doesn't mean that I kind of get rid of this like other person or something else related to me. So I will share with you really quickly. Let me know if you can see this. I'll share this. So, just quickly, I'll go through this before we go through a session. We'll go through some mindfulness tips. We'll do a meditation, but also I want to make sure that all of you have access to the platform we'll be using. So, if you can, please go into canva.com, create an account if you don't have one. I will give you a minute or two to do that because right after our meditation, we'll go into the vision boarding, which, if you haven't done this before, is super helpful. And so please go to canva.com, create your account, and while you do that, I'll go through an intro to mindfulness. So basically, mindfulness is basically being fully aware of where you are, what you're doing, without being overwhelmed by your surroundings. I don't know how many of you maybe have started doing a task and start thinking, "Oh my god, what am I doing for dinner?" Or if you're on a walk and you're thinking, "Did I do this correctly? Did I how many meetings do I have tomorrow?" So you're doing an action, but you're not really there, you're not present because you're thinking about something else. Or even if you're hanging out with friends and you're just on your phone the whole time, you're not being mindful, you're not being present. And so that's what I want to work through. And being mindful also doesn't mean that you're judging. You can notice without judging. You can be with someone and say, "Oh, I'm on my phone. Let me put my phone away." And that's fine. And it's also about breaking from autopilot rather than sometimes some people just focus on like mundane tasks and they're just, oh, whatever, let's do step A, step B, step C, step A, step B, step C. You should be also mindful of, okay, how am I doing this? How is it working? Um, so please, if you um, now we'll go into the meditation. So for how many of you, let me see, um, I'll try to create this quickly. Have you? So I've created. Oh, oh, I guess I can't create a poll in the moment. I am so sorry. So I guess tap the screen if you've meditated before. If you have meditated, tap the screen. Cool. That's a good amount of people. Um, so I don't know where you are right now, but we will be doing this meditation, and so I will keep my screen on because there are some funny things we'll be doing, and one of the things for me is kind of making myself look silly. So we'll go ahead and get started on this meditation. Wherever you are, take a seat. If you are seated, your feet flat on the ground. If you are lying down, I do ask that if you're lying down, bend your knees because if you do fall asleep, they knock into each other and they wake you up. So that's a tip there for if you ever want to do a meditation lying down. So I want to invite you to take a comfortable position. You can be seated crisscross applesauce on a chair, sofa, anywhere that you're comfortable. I want you to take a moment right now to inhale and exhale. Take this moment now to close your eyes if you haven't. And I just want you to sit quietly and observe your body. What are you feeling? Where are you feeling it? Does your lower back hurt? Are your hands cold? Do you have a headache? I want you to take a deep breath in, hold, and exhale through the mouth. With your eyes closed, I want you to focus on your feet. I want you to, as you take an inhale, I want you to curl your toes, and I want you to hold them tightly. Hold your breath for a little bit with your toes curled, and then let go and uncurl your toes. Maybe this is a new sensation for you. Maybe you haven't done this kind of meditation before. It's okay. Now we're going to inhale once more and curl our toes. Hold. And exhale and uncurl our toes. I want you to bring awareness to your legs now. Focus on your calves. And on your inhale, point your toes towards your knees and stretch those calves. Hold it for a moment and exhale. I want you to do this once more. Inhale, point your toes towards your knees, stretch those calves, and exhale. The last part of our legs we'll focus on are your thighs. So I want you to inhale and squeeze those thigh muscles and exhale. You might notice some tingling or a warm sensation. That's completely normal. Now let's inhale once more and squeeze those thigh muscles. Hold and let go. Your legs, if you're in New York City, are mostly what gets you from point A to point B with the help of the subway. In other parts of the country or the world, maybe you rely on transportation, but for the most part, our legs typically do take a beating. They take us from point A to point B. They have to get us to where we are, so we show appreciation to them right now by being mindful of them and observing how we're feeling. Now I want you to gradually contract your glute muscles. I want you to hold and exhale and release. We'll do this once more. Inhale and contract your glute muscles. Exhale and release. Now bring attention to your abdomen. If you are on your cycle, it's okay. You can just observe. You don't need to do the contraction. However, breathe in deeply. Contract your ab muscles if you can. Hold. And exhale slowly and let your muscles relax. Inhale once more and contract your abdomen. Hold. And release. Somewhere that I'm sure we've all felt it. We all probably do this to try to alleviate pain. We'll focus on our shoulders and our neck. So as you breathe in deeply, raise your shoulders towards your ears and squeeze those muscles. Hold. Exhale to release. We'll do this once more. Inhale. Squeeze those muscles, shoulders to your ears. Hold. and release. We're often hunched over at the computer for 8 hours a day. We may not give ourselves a break, so it's good to be able to acknowledge this and give it a little movement. Now we'll focus on our arms and our hands. So I want you to inhale while bending your hands, bending your wrists and your fingers pointed towards your shoulders. Hold and release. Inhale and bend. Hold and release. You should be feeling your body a little lighter. You feel as you exhale all that tension escape within you. And we'll focus on our hands. So just make a fist as you inhale and exhale and release that fist. Do this once more. Inhale and make a fist. Exhale and let go. How are you feeling right now? What's on your mind? The last thing we'll work on is our face and jaw. So we'll close our eyes tightly, press our lips, inhale, and exhale and relax your face. Once more, close your eyes tightly, pucker your lips, inhale, and exhale. Sit for a moment and just observe your body. Again, we're not judging, we're not critiquing ourselves, we're simply observing what the body is telling us. How do you feel being able to take a pause today? There are no expectations, there are no deadlines, simply you with your body. It's you and your mind. In today's fast-paced world, we're always concerned with deadlines, new technology, emergent technology, artificial intelligence, corporate jargon, and we often try so hard to understand this, to find our footing in corporate. But in doing so, sometimes you might lose yourself. I'm here to remind you that you are worthy, you are loved, and you are more than your title. Today, you don't have to show up to show someone your worth. You show up as your authentic self. You show up to be here, to be present, and be amongst community. We're not here to judge. We're here to uplift y seguir pa'lante. Before I bring you back, take a deep breath in and exhale through the mouth. Remember who you are. And as a mentor once told me, yo soy, aquí estoy. I am, here I am. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Drop in your chat, in the chat, how you're feeling. What are your thoughts? How did you walk into this, and how are you at this present moment? Okay. Well, moving to the vision boarding. So I'm seeing I needed that. I'm trying to do more meditation, feel warm, relaxed, and present. This is amazing. With meditation, just know that what I just did isn't the only way to meditate. There are so many ways to meditate. If you go out to a park and you walk without socks on, that's a form of meditation. Some people like to work out. You're dancing, doing an activity, and you're aware of what you're doing. That's also meditation. So for the next piece, you will need a pen, paper, notepad, or notes if that's what you have, or even your cell phone notes um, for this piece. So for vision boarding, we'll be looking right now at what is vision boards. So vision boards are just visual reminders of your aspirations. I'm sure that when you're working, you are thinking about your to-dos and anything. Maybe you go grocery shopping, you're like, all right, I need to get carne, arroz, vegetales. But then when you get to the grocery store, you're like, oh, wait, what was I supposed to get? So vision boarding kind of helps us with that, but this is more on our life journey. So if you have your pen, paper, notepad, anything where you want to write, if you have that available now, I want you to focus on these 5 key areas. So your personal growth and purpose. So when you're visualizing what your personal growth looks like, what your purpose is, what do you think about? You can write this down. So are you looking for more money, promotion, working at a specific brand? Maybe you have a passion project you're working on. I'll give you like about a minute to think through your personal growth and purpose, and then we'll move on to the next one. So take time to think about this because again, this will be your visual representation of what you want for this year or possibly in the next 5 years. It's up to you to think about how far out you want to think this vision board through. Okay, we'll move on to the next one, holistic well-being. So this, you can look at your well-being. Are you looking to be more active? Are you looking to go to the gym? Um, Maybe allergy season. We're in allergy season now. Um, what do you want to do in respect to that? Are there holistic practices that you're following? Yoga, anything like that? Think that through. What does that look like visually for you? And the next one, curiosities and hobbies. So maybe there are things you wanted to try this year. So you can go ahead and note that. Hobbies, for example, I picked up pickleball a couple of months ago, and I think I might want to do that this summer. That can be something. Maybe hiking, simply taking a walk, reading, listening to new genres of music. What do you want in that respect? I'll give you again a minute to think through that. And I'm also doing this here on the side of my notepad as well. Okay. And now connection and community. So this you might want to think about however you define community. It can be family, your partner, friends. So what is it? What does that look like? Do you want to spend more time with them? Are you looking to do things with them? Lastly, we'll look at lifestyle and environment. So what do you want to surround? What do you want to surround yourself with? This can be any visual representation. So, are you looking for more positivity, ambitious people, people who are community centered? What kind of lifestyle do you want to lead? An active one, kind of a slower paced one? What does that look like for you? We'll move on now to the fun part. Does everyone have Canva? Tap the screen if you are ready with your Canva. I will go ahead. I think I can swap here. Cool. So if you're in Canva, you can look up collage. That's an easy kind of a way to do this. So let's see. Pick whatever stands out to you. There is no wrong or right way to do this. You can see what we're looking for. Let's see. And again, I will be doing this live with all of you. And if you have questions, comments, or anything, feel free to drop them in the chat. I would love to engage with you. Oh, there's actually one called Vision Board. I'll pick, I'll do Vision Board. Actually, it's a premium one, so I'll pick this one. Cool. So basically, based on what you've written in your document, we'll go ahead and now start populating this. So I can show you an example. This is a vision board that I made with friends a couple of, I think 2 years ago. And I've been making one for about 3 to 4 years now. So something that I had was wanting to visit a friend that around here that was in Texas. I wanted to go back to Ecuador, trying to grow within my Reiki practice, trying to find where my next step is, where do I fit in, being more involved with plants, being more in nature, trying to be more balanced, creativity. I was interested in singing, and I was able to take a singing lesson. Uh, I was interested in traveling. I was able to go to Europe. Uh, my graduating my master's, which I will be doing next week, and studying, working remote, which in my previous role I was able to do that. In my current role, we can be remote once a week per quarter. And then here, something to kind of anchor myself. I create my own path, works focusing on self, grounded, love, new beginnings, creativity, relationships, adventure, experiences. So thank you so much. Um, this is what my vision board in the past has looked like. And so I want to dedicate some time for y'all to be able to work on yours. So again, whatever template you've chosen, go ahead. This isn't, I guess, like other workshops where it's constant sharing of information, talking, or reading through a slide. It's more of take a pause, let's work on this project together. Um, so again, look at whatever you wrote in your notes, and you can simply do Google Images, or you can look for images um, within Canva itself. So we'll take some time. I really do want all of you to be intentional and focus on it. So I will purposely, we'll be spending about 15 minutes doing this. And again, I'm going to do this live with you. Okay, it's better now. Okay, cool. Um, so as I was saying, with the Canva one, you can get them printed, and then you can cut them out, laminate them and they fit in your wallet. So I do have this in my wallet with me at all times. So I carry it with me and I'm able to kind of remind myself sometimes why I'm doing what I'm doing. If I'm going through a tough time, I'm able to just take a look and kind of reflect back on what my goals were for the year. And before we end, I do want to have y'all take this with you. So I'll share my screen once more. And these are just some tips on mindfulness, things you can do. So, one of the things you can do whenever you want to reset is box breathing. So, essentially, for this to bring you into the moment, is inhaling for 4 seconds, you hold for 4 seconds, you release for 4 seconds, and then you repeat the cycle. The idea is that this goes in a box, or you're falling 4, 4, 4, 4, and you repeat this 3 times. It should be able to help regulate you and get you going about your day. Um, this is grounding, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique. I've had to use this a couple of times. I've had friends that I've helped with this as well, and essentially, this is 5 things that you see, so you can. When I first used this, I used to think like, oh yeah, I see my cell phone, I see a pencil, I see a notebook, I see a computer, I see myself. No, like be very intentional. What is it that you see? Like I see a fan right now, I see my overgrown monstera, things like that. 4 things that you feel, so you can focus on your feet, what's against your legs, your arms, your hands. Um, for those are the 4 things you feel. 3 things that you can hear. If you're in an office setting, like are you hearing traffic outside? Are you hearing somebody on a call? Are you hearing someone else typing? If you're at work, at home, again, are you hearing birds, traffic, things like that? 2 things that you smell. Um, and then 1 thing that you can taste. Sometimes you might run into 1 thing you can taste is a little weird, but something you can do is literally like taste yourself, like lick your hand and notice like, are you salty or is it like neutral? Is there a texture to it so that you can do the last one to taste? But if you do have like a glass of water, some food near you, obviously you can taste that. So this is a really good grounding technique. I've used it in moments where I've felt overwhelmed or I've thought that there's so much that's happening and I don't know what to do. Just bring myself back. And as we started in the session, you can also do a quick body scan. So you could be sitting in a meeting. You don't necessarily need to close your eyes, or you can kind of close them just a little and just focus to the bottom, to the floor, and just observe your body. What are you feeling? Is your back uncomfortable? Are your shoulders up like this? And just like set them down, and just inhale, exhale, and go about your day. Um, the last tip I'll give you is micro mindfulness. So when you complete a task, our habit might be, all right, next one. What's on my list? What's on my list? I need to continue. Maybe you have vacation coming up, and today's your last day, and so keep going, keep going. Finish a task, take a breath, exhale, and do that 3 times. You're done. You're complete. You can move on, but acknowledge that you've completed something rather than okay, next, okay, and next, and next, and next. Um, Also, if you are waiting in between meetings, maybe after this, you're going to wait for um, the next session, or maybe you'll be going on to a meeting. I'm also guilty of grab my phone and start scrolling, quickly catch up. Just take a moment, take a pause, take a breath, like observe your breath. Like, is it cold? Is it staggered? Is it easy? How do you feel your chest puffing up? Your stomach is puffing up. How does that breath feel coming out? That's a way for you to be mindful. And then last one, give somebody your 100% of your attention. You might be in a meeting, you might be on a one-on-one. Try to avoid your phone, try to avoid thinking about something else, and just focus on what this person is saying, validate them. And even I do this, I think I mentioned this when I'm with friends, or maybe I didn't. When I'm with friends, I put my phone on airplane mode. When I'm working on certain things, I put my phone on airplane mode because this way I'm not going to be distracted by a notification, a buzzing, or a sound. So these are ways for you to be mindful. And again, you don't need to do this whole, all right, hold on, let me find a perfect spot, perfect lighting, let me get in position, let me, like, close my eyes. And no, these are things you can quickly do in between meetings, while you're walking, on your train ride home, um, or any other moment. That's what these tips are meant to do. So I want to thank all of you for joining today. I'm hoping that you're able to come out of this feeling refreshed, knowing that there is a community out there. There are people out there who are looking out for you. There are other ways for you to show up. It is your job title is not the only thing that is tied to you. You are who you are. And I want to thank Jolise and Amber for providing me this platform, and all of you for joining, taking time, and acknowledging that this is your time, this is for you. And I hope that you're able to go out into the world, make your dreams come true, your goals, but also keeping that reminder and promise to yourself to take that moment, take that pause, y para que sigan adelante. Thank you, everyone. Have a good one.